Hey guys, welcome back to Wine Wednesday. And this is a show for great conversation, great wine, and great people. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Okay.
No, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed. Yes, clap for the heavyweight champ, me. But I
Okay, and with me, I have.
Shari.
Hey.
Hi.
So, what you got?
So this is Apothic Red. It's a blend. It's so good. It's one of my favorite. Like I said, I was put onto this at a restaurant that I used to work at.
Okay.
Never really liked red wine.
Wow.
At a point in my life, I was drinking like
White.
white zin. It was it's so out of a box. Till no, whatever. But anyway, so like we did wine tasting at the restaurant,
Hey.
getting our wine list up, and I was put onto this. It
And
is
then-
so good. It is a blend. It has like layers of dark fruit, mocha, vanilla. It's good. And then it says it's inspired by Apotheca, a mysterious place where some of the earliest wine was blended and stored.
That sounds.
It's good stuff.
Yeah,
I think,
sounds
I
good.
think
Yeah,
it's great.
yeah,
We'll
I
see.
fuck with it. I
We'll
fuck with
see.
it. Oh wow, so you've been drinking this for like a year now.
No, longer. Like I've been drinking that for maybe I've had this around 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I like it. It's been around for a little bit, so their
That's
line
nice.
is actually very good.
That's nice.
Good stuff.
Well, I just started drinking wine. I'm new to the wine drinking world.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
not bad. It's great.
It is great. I love it. For me to have a show on wine, that's to
Wine
tell you how
Wednesday.
much I'm loving wine.
Yes.
Like, I wasn't drinking at first, and I was like, you should just drink wine or something, And then I read about wine and just the benefit of it. I was like, oh, you know what? Let's start drinking wine. And then the podcast came. I was like, let's start Wine Wednesday so I can get to try different kinds of wine. So it's one thing about conversation, but also about me just getting to drink different kind of wine. And yeah, so.
So good.
Yeah, okay. Mine is called, I have the Confidential here with me. First time trying this wine. I have never tried it before.
I have not either.
A friend of mine got it for me. And yeah, I'm looking forward to. I hope it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure it will
You remember when you posted this wine once on your story?
be. I did.
And I was like, oh, what kind of wine? And you're like, you should try this single wine.
I did.
And I'm about to try it, so.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
We've come full circle.
It wasn't planned though, but it just happened. So God is good. Like, okay, so let's open this wines up and.
Oh, this is nice. I
First
have
time?
old school ones.
Oh,
The old school
That's
where
true,
sometimes
yeah.
to the point where I would have to put it between my feet
Boom.
to try to get the thing. Is this how you do it?
yeah, and then you just pull it down, down, down,
Perfect. This
and then
is
you pull it out. Boom.
so easy.
So easy.
Look at that.
Yeah,
That's nice.
life made easy.
We did in the restaurant too have we learned how to open bottles, but that went out the window.
How do you guys open bottles in the restaurant?
You don't use these. You have to. There's a way to do it. I don't want to say because then if there's people that are watching and they have but there is a way to present the wine to the person that ordered it,
Okay.
and then you open it for them and let them smell it. There's a whole, and you have to go a certain way around a table of people. So there's definitely an art form to it,
Yeah.
which is why I think people end up you start really respecting wine when you start to see it and get to taste it and understand you talk about just how it is. It's not bad for you.
Facts.
So
Why do people smell wine?
you smell it. I don't know. I think it's supposed to get your taste buds going.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not specifically sure. I should know more about this, but when I'm home, I pour it and I drink
You
it.
just drink it
But I
straight
will let it sit. Sometimes they say to let it
for a little bit.
give it a little air.
Oh, okay.
But we're good.
That's the first time I'm hearing that.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm giving you a little bit of knowledge.
Oh, a lot of knowledge.
And it's
that's
probably
it.
not even correct, but so I picked up little tidbits, and you obviously do. So they say to you smell it, and when you do a wine tasting, actually, you're
Yeah.
not even supposed to drink it. You're supposed to spit it back out. No,
What?
I have never. Any wine tasting, you can drink it, but they prefer real wine tasters. They'll go and they'll
It
spit it
is.
out into a tin. Or something that they give them a little bucket or what, and I'm like, no, I want to taste
I want to
this
drink the whole.
wine.
I want to drink a whole cup of it.
You know what? That would be great. A wine Wednesday where we're out. Let's go to a wine tasting.
Wine
like
tasting,
a real
yeah,
one,
like a
and,
real wine
try
tasting.
stuff and
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
That would be great.
I think that would be great too.
We'd end up.
That's a good idea.
Like,
That's a
it's
good
so
idea.
good.
Yeah. I know a bunch of wine tasting spots that we could use
Yes.
for that. So I
Be
got
great.
you. I got you. So Let me put this in for you.
Thank you.
Is there any special way to pour wine or regular?
No.
Okay.
I think we should let ourselves. It'll be okay. We're on the podcast. We're chilling.
We chilling.
Nothing too fancy.
So we still let it sit for a little bit.
Yeah, we can let it sit for a second.
Oh wow, I don't have that. I'm tempted to.
Yeah, that's okay. We let
Yeah.
it sit. Yeah. So thank you for having me.
Hey,
Juan.
my pleasure. Cheers.
We'll smell it. How do you like the smell at least?
I love it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
I was gonna act like this.
It was that?
No, it was good. I was gonna spit it out like you said. They don't drink it; they spit it out, right?
Yes. No, we are drinking.
Okay.
Definitely.
I was gonna act like a pro. I was gonna like.
No, a
and then-
pro. I feel like pros drink. They're drinking their wine. Sitting out the wine. How do you like it?
I love it.
Good.
I love it.
Yes. See.
No,
Most people that I put onto it really do like it.
I fuck with this wine.
There we go. See.
I never knew this wine. Cause it's not about me. Like I don't like sweet wine. You understand, right?
This is not over
This is-
sweet, right?
Yeah, it's like it's perfect.
Right. There are
Yeah.
some like reds that are obviously like more bitter.
Yeah.
I tend to go to like a Merlot. These are blends, or like I do like what is it? Sauvignon.
It's, 7 years.
No, not Sauvignon Blanc because that's white.
Okay.
I don't know how to say the other one. I'm having a mind freeze right now, but I like Pinot Noir.
Pinot
That
Noir.
is so good. Yes, those are really good.
mean,
I'm
you-
sorry.
I don't even know what it means. Pinot Noir. I've heard about Pinot Noir, but I still don't know why that.
I'll help. We'll do this together. It's all good.
Okay. So we start the conversation with a quote from here, and you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a line I got from a song by what do you call her name?
Ava Max.
Ava Max. Yeah, my bad. So it says, if all the kings had their queens on the throne, we would pop champagne and raise a toast. I'll take it again. She even sing it. If all the kings had their queens on the throne, we would pop champagne and raise a toast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do you think? From your understanding.
I mean, I've heard the song.
Yeah.
It is. It tends to be more upbeat. I think that if you pull like the quote out of it, though, you have to you're gonna interpret it. I think you're gonna interpret it how you feel. If all the kings have the queens on their throne, we're gonna pop champagne and
Yeah.
have a toast. I feel like it's celebratory. You're celebrating maybe your queen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're having a toast,
Mhm.
that type of vibe. I mean, I think that's what it's saying to me. I don't think it's too deep.
Yeah.
But if you hear the song, it's good. It's like poppy. It feels good. She's a great singer, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you agree with that?
I think that in a fantasy world,
Yeah.
yes, I think it's beautiful.
But
And
why-
not that I wouldn't want
Yeah,
that. I think
yeah.
it's amazing, but I also think it kind of just depends. I mean, I think men do celebrate women, right?
Yeah.
If that's
Some
how
men.
you look at sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes.
So if that's and not, I shouldn't say fantasy world. I'm sorry about that. But I think when you think of kings and queens,
Yeah.
but when you think about a man celebrating women, you're having a toast. I'm hoping you're celebrating something.
You're like, no, we're
Eh,
celebrating something.
We
having a
are.
toast.
I think so. Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that you're just celebrating with a guy or like a woman, and they're just like whoever.
Yeah.
It could be a king with his mother. I don't know, whoever, but they're celebrating the women, and it's a good thing. They're having a toast, popping champagne. I feel like that's a good vibe. That's a
That's
good
true.
thing. Yes.
Okay, from my own point of view, this is what I think. I think it's about empowerment.
Okay.
Yeah. So, let's take the fairy tale out of the conversation. And let's bring it to our real world. We all kings
Mhm.
and queens,
Absolutely.
even though we don't have a crown on our head. You get it, right?
There's one there.
There's one there, but like even if we can't say it, I feel like every single man is a king, and I mean that's how we're supposed to see ourselves, kings and
Mhm.
queens, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's for every guy. It's for the basic guy, the guy that the broke guy. Even though you're broke,
whoever,
you're still a king.
you're still a king.
Like you have to first identify yourself that you're still the king, and then the woman in your life is a queen.
Mm-hmm.
So if we can move to that level where we see them as queens, this is nothing about fairy tale. If we take it to fairy tale, it's like too far from us. You know, it's like right now. I like if we can bring these queens to our throne and empower them, like bring them up to our level, not bring them down.
Mm-hmm.
Life will be, the toast is not even drinking. Life will be amazing.
Amazing.
Like that's basically, from my own point of view, that's why I chose it, because it sounds a little like fancy. This doesn't happen, but I think there's more meaning to what she wrote there. You get me, right? She might even be singing from personal experience. Maybe a guy she was with never like treated her the way she wanted to be treated, like a queen. You know what I mean? Because you know you're a queen, and if a man doesn't treat you like a queen, if you listen to the song, you start saying that she was even saying like how you've been with other girls, but I'm still the best or something like that. You know, so like I mean, that's what I think. I might be wrong, but you know,
You're not wrong, because now I feel like I was looking at it almost surface level, but
yeah,
you're going deeper into it.
I'm going
and
deeper
that's
into
a
it.
good
Yeah,
thing.
that's
a great thing, because
yeah.
when you initially hear it, and obviously because you hear it, because I've heard the song,
Yeah,
I'm thinking in that way, like that fantasy way. But you're absolutely right. Think of it as us, human, like regular, everyday. Not that we're regular, because some of us, realistically, we have like superpowers. We're awesome, amazing. Kings, queens, all of us. No matter where you are in your life, no matter your job, title, nothing. You're a king.
Yeah.
And the women in your life, you should raise them up. And that's the same thing for a man. And then you said, like, if you look at the quote more, and that's like that pop champagne.
Yeah.
Life would just be beautiful.
Life
You
would
treat
just
people in your life like with the utmost respect and love and care. I think that is probably a complete deeper meaning. And that's probably the most beautiful thing about music anyways, because there's such a deeper meaning to some of the lyrics that we're thinking. So yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I'll tell you a secret. It's not even a secret. I'm a songwriter.
Are you?
Yeah, I sing.
I learned something new.
Yeah, this is new.
This
Yeah,
great.
so I've been writing songs my whole life. So I know when, like, I see deep meaning in music. You get it, right? Because I write the same way too.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of us, oh, you sing? Yeah, I used to sing and I stopped singing, but I'm still trying to get myself out there. So, like, musicians don't really say what you're saying. Them say,
oh no,
there is more.
Right.
To that.
Completely.
And with someone like Ava, she's a genius.
Mm-hmm.
She's a genius. Like, they could literally be singing their life out to you, but you wouldn't even understand it's their life they're singing to you.
Right.
You'd be thinking she's just singing something about that. She's telling
but
you a
like
story.
really listen to it. I think I felt the same way. I usually I listen to everything. I listen from like ratchet to like Spanish music, all over. I love it all. And there's you meet in the middle. You just try to kind of figure out what works for you. But there are deeper meanings, and I like conscious music. I like to think. I don't want to always listen to. Sometimes you need to feel something.
Yeah.
And music, you can find all genres. It will make you feel something.
Facts.
Yeah.
And you see, like, this red wine is beautiful, right? It's a beautiful life. So she's saying pop champagne. You might be drinking a a glass of wine. There's beauty in this, you know. So
complete beauty.
Yeah. So, but like the thing is, how do we get our men to have that mindset? Because not every.
I wish I knew.
Yeah, not every man right now is working with that mindset of a king and a queen, and that's what's affecting us.
Absolutely.
Yeah. A lot of us are just, being in that place where.
So I don't know. I wish I knew. I mean, I do. I've had amazing examples of men in my life, even like with my own parents. They are divorced now, but I know that when I was growing up and through my teenage years before the divorce, my dad and my mom, he treated her beautifully from what I could see from my own eyes. Just like if he would put on R&B music in the living room and dance with her and doing things like that. But I have also seen, and then you experience the other side to that, and sometimes I don't know the root of it. I try to think if it is something. No, I don't think. I think it is. It's something within a person that makes them treat people or treat a woman, their partner, a certain way. And sometimes it's an ugly way. And I think that people deal with their own things that they have going on, or sometimes they're just nasty and they don't have, they didn't have a good example to show them what was to treat a woman like a queen. They were raised in a household of possibly hostility, or they didn't see love and it was cold. And some men are really not shit. That's it. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not going to try to sit here and be like, oh my God.
Oh, man.
There are levels to this,
levels to this.
So, like, I can't believe I said that. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
But it's true. And I think that I don't know. I wish I could think of it from a male perspective on that.
That's why I'm here.
Yes, that's why I want you.
We have to go, this is it's an interactive conversation.
Yeah.
Okay? You ask question, I answer. If I know, I know. If I don't.
So you can elaborate on that, because I don't specifically know. That's me going off my what I have seen, possibly, and not knowing if I'm even right. Because you go through things, you still don't even know what is real, what's not. You just have to hope or heal from it. But I don't know. So from a man's perspective, what could it be where they don't and they're not?
That's a good question. Whew. Okay, so I can't really speak for every man, but
same.
This is what I think.
Were some of my points, do you feel they were valid?
No,
yeah,
okay. For real. And you deserve to know that because you're dealing with men. You get it, right? Yeah. So it's a lot. Sometimes it's just how they were brought up to. You get me, right? But regardless, I still don't give excuses to that.
Yeah. No.
What happened last week or so, the football player.
Yeah.
That we're talking about, Chad Willis, right?
Yes.
He
did.
Oh, that's on a whole nother level.
Such a sad story.
Yeah.
Such a sad story. Disgusting. Actually, completely
disgusting. Absolutely,
yes.
Nothing nice about it.
No.
You get it, right? Because that dude was, and things football player like him, they wouldn't accept, but he's probably on steroids too. You get it, right? So there's steroid anger. You get it. And then there's also upbringing.
Yep.
So imagine all this being mixed together, mentally he might be having some mental issues, might have experienced some of those traumas when he was a kid, and no one knows. And then when you start playing football, they will not admit it, but there's a little steroid that goes in there, and there's steroid rage, which is one of the worst rages in the world. So imagine all that being an ego too,
Absolutely.
and even insecurities.
Yeah.
Some men just wouldn't let women be. I have no idea why. Some men just wants to hold women back because they have insecurities about themselves. So they feel like if the woman, might leave them or something, so they try to naturally bring them down, make them feel worthless. And it all starts from words, and then the next thing it gets physical, and then before you know it gets out of control.
Yes. So the story of Chad, because being on a podcast, and then when you want to be knowledgeable, and I did my research because I've been following the story. I do follow a lot. I tend to follow, not follow it, but when it pops up, and if something happens in the news period, if it relates to you, and in a way, no matter what, it can be triggering, and it also gives you a response, and then it makes you. It is not. I don't want to say curiosity, but almost what's happening
What's
here.
happening,
You could have a house fire. If you've experienced a house fire and then you see it on the news, you're like, oh my gosh, I've experienced that, and those people are now out of a home.
Yeah.
So this story came up, and I think when it started, it triggered me because one, he was arrested and then let out on bail. I do not think that man should have been put on bail.
Yeah.
But because of his stature, I guess because you play football and you make money, that gives you a pass to pay. I don't even think that should be an option. But then if you follow, money is, I guess speaks sometimes in a society.
Where's that guy from?
So Chad Wheeler plays for the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
He did. He has now been let go from the team. Him and his girlfriend were only dating for 6 months, and he had, I believe, manic depression.
Yeah.
So try to be conscious of mental health, but realistically at this point, I could give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I really don't. I want to be
and
really
he
honest.
apologized and said he was
No, I don't
sorry.
care.
We
Just
don't
say you're
care.
sorry.
No, just don't even say like.
It's not the first time he did it to her. They were only together for 6 months. They had moved in since last November,
Yeah.
and when I saw the pictures of her,
Yeah.
she was alive, and it looked like a dead woman.
The woman, yeah.
This woman, who her face is swollen, her nose is bloody. It was not the first time it happened, and which I think we can talk about that too, because
Yeah.
when reading the article and then seeing the comments, because she did an interview,
Yeah.
how women and other people shamed her, which is disgusting, but it does happen. So he had an episode. I guess he stopped taking his medication, and he lays down. He had an episode, and he told her to bow down to him.
Yeah, that was I heard he told her
To bow down to him, and because she didn't.
Yeah.
He choked her, and when he realized that she was still like choking by the neck, so when he realized that she was still breathing, he grabbed her nose. So then she passes out.
Fuck.
And she comes out of the room, and he goes, "I cannot believe that you're alive." She runs to the bathroom, calling his family, and he's super nonchalant. His father calls him. It's like, "Oh, I'm cooking dinner." And that, no, you just beat your girlfriend. She calls the cops. It took 3 cops to get him down.
Yeah.
So this woman is now being beaten up.
That's the steroid rage. You get right.
That's a complete rage.
Yeah. Even
from the steroids to mind you, let's be real. Football, you got to be aggressive.
Yes.
So he's already aggressive. Already aggressive. And I don't think that this is probably not the first time that he's probably put his hands on a woman.
Yeah.
And there's no excuses. I don't care. And the fact that he's let out, and she has now come forward telling her story, which she has every right to tell her story, and saying that I don't even feel safe. Why is he still out? Why is he attempted murder?
Just for the fact that she doesn't feel safe, they should take their man away from her. Completely.
But that's not how society works.
Yeah, that's not how society. It's annoying.
Not
like,
how it works.
yeah, I know.
It's disgusting.
I know. Like it's. I don't know how to because like. It's okay. Let's one thing that I really don't want to play racial cards here, but it's involved. You get me right?
There's absolutely a race card.
Yeah, like for real, like that's like two major things going here. Like the fact that she's black too stops this whole thing, and then she's a woman.
And she's a woman.
I like this whole thing can just die off quietly.
And believe black women.
Yeah.
There is abuse. I don't care though. There are racial parts of this. There are stereotypes of this.
Fact.
And it's not okay. I mean, if you just think about Michael Vick and how he did the dog fighting, they were on him for years.
Yeah.
On more. And it was dogs. And I'm not saying that's okay because it's not okay.
Yeah, it's still not okay.
But this woman, no, hold him accountable. I hope he gets the 8 to 12 years. Goodbye.
Or more.
Yeah. And then see how you deal with it. You beat her within inches of her life. This is disgusting.
And he was like, "Oh, you still alive?"
You're still alive.
Like.
So imagine. So God forbid she died.
She died.
And he goes, "Oh, but I was having a manic episode."
That's it.
What?
Yeah. So
her life is gone.
Your life is gone. So yeah, back to your question. Okay, why do men do this? Like I said, it's
Yes. Why do they do it?
One of them is this whole ego thing. Like he wanted her to bow for him. You get it, right? Which is stupid.
It's complete control.
Control, yeah. He wants to be manipulation. He wants to be in control. And if you look like it's not even from it doesn't start from the kid, from him. It might have been going on for a long time.
Yeah. Subconsciously you pick up things.
You
as
pick
a child.
up things.
Yeah.
Let's take it to my world, okay? I'm Nigerian. And if we take it back home, men are known to be controlling. Women are, it's effed up, okay? I'm not in support of this, but women are, even saying it just kind of like I don't even feel comfortable saying it. Women are known to be submissive. You get right? To like almost everything. It's like she does everything and still have to come back home and still submit to you, cater for you, care for you, and all that. And then if she doesn't play that part, man gets offensive. Sometimes he's broke. The day didn't go as he expects. Got a bad call and just takes all that on the woman.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. For no reason.
For nothing.
For nothing.
But because she's there.
But because she's
and
there.
And it's easy for certain men.
Yeah.
Of culture, from all different cultures. Because
Yeah.
you know, even when you say like Nigerian, it's all cultures.
It's all culture, yeah.
Cultures. And it's just, it's men in general. But yes, you're absolutely right. They'll take it out on a woman.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, it's not just men. It's both. Okay? But now, you might be born into this, or you see it, or you know, so many reasons. But you have to hold yourself accountable.
Right, because sometimes there's no excuses.
There's no excuses.
You didn't see it in your household. You didn't experience it.
Yeah.
You're not, you know, using something that makes you feel away. You're literally just being that. And there are definitely men out there that just do it.
Do it, yeah.
Because it makes them feel better,
yeah.
about themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
To talk about this subject is hard, but it's realistic where you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
But the accountability will 9 times out of 10 never be there.
Yeah.
When do I don't know, do people, as a woman who's been in this situation, in an abusive relationship,
sure.
I don't know if there's ever accountability.
I know.
On their part.
And to a point, it's like we let this thing go on for too long.
So long.
That it becomes normal.
It's not right.
Like women see this happen.
It's not normal.
Especially a black woman will see this happen and say, I'm strong, I have to take things like this. But like you don't have to. You get right? Like I don't want to blame anybody, but I blame the guys. Like I blame whoever that is going. I blame all of us, because you have to get to a point in your life where you start to ask yourself, like, what do I want for myself? Do I want to be better? Like, you know, like.
Are you talking about from the man's perspective or a woman?
Both.
Okay.
You get right?
Yeah.
Because if a woman wants to be better, she wouldn't like take things from a man.
Right. Okay. So so let's elaborate on that, because that's a huge thing for a woman who is in it. So it's not you cannot help who you love, right?
True.
You can't. So once you love somebody, and a lot of times abuse is not immediate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
it does take a little bit of time to happen. It escalates, right?
That's right.
There are warnings. I'm not saying, but once you love somebody, it is hard to walk away, and that's when the guilt is put back on the woman. It's like victim blaming, and it's like she did not ask. She didn't ask for that. No matter what, I don't care if she cursed at you. You don't just hit somebody. Yeah. And nobody. There's no reason. But for a man, so it is very hard to walk away. You start to think he was upset, or he didn't mean that, and you have to be like, well, he was angry, and I pissed him off, so I deserved that. You didn't. She didn't. And I'm telling you, the thing that you go through in your head, and I've talked about this among friends, because I could tell you probably in all of my close friends, we've all been in abusive relationships.
It's crazy.
And you think to yourself, oh, I'll be able to leave. I'll never let a man put their hands on me. It's not that easy. It is so difficult to just get up and walk away. You love them and you think, oh, they're going to get better. Let me help him. So actually, to be honest with you, I give kudos to her, because it's 6 months into a relationship and she got her behind up and was like, called the cops, because I've been in a position where I probably should have called the cops multiple times and I never did. I just would put makeup on and wear longer sleeves and just go and do something and be like, this is going to be okay another day. And it doesn't get better. It never gets better. It could get worse. It gets much worse. I actually commend her for not letting it go on for any longer, and her not staying, because she probably would have ended up dead. And she's one of the lucky ones, because a lot of women don't get out. Yeah. They don't. So do you think there are some women that are stronger and can leave immediately? There are women that are living this right now and don't know what to do because a man finances them. Yeah. A man has control of the money, everything. And they're not going to leave. Yeah. Their kids involved, they're not going to leave.
That's why the society has to create opportunities for women to be independent, have their own income. Yeah. Get higher pay. More opportunities for women. Because if like we said, financial reasons could be involved. Like, okay, this guy's taking care of everything, and so it is what it is. But like, the society has to, government or whatever has to put this laws in place that helps women be independent. Like, you know, more pay raise for them. You know what, like whatever, but just empower women to not just hope on men to feed them. You get it,
Yeah.
right? And also, look, we say you say you recommend her for what she did, but I don't. You know
Commend
why?
her?
Yeah, like you gave her credit for being with him for 6 months, but
No, I don't give her credit for being for
like
6 months. I give her credit for stepping up
for stepping
now
up
because
now.
some women would have allowed that to happen
Yeah.
and been quiet.
Quiet.
He has a huge platform. He's a football player.
Right.
To come out like that, there are women that are just everyday women that
Yeah.
don't have that. Even with men, like even being like having my own complete finances taken care of,
Yeah.
not even needing a man, it still happens. So I commend her for not letting it continue.
Yeah,
And
okay.
leaving him. That's
Yeah,
what I mean.
yeah,
The
yeah.
6 months, it was only 6 months. And at that right there, because there are women that deal with it for years, she knew that it did happen before. It happened again to an extent that she was like, I could lose my life. It is not worth it. And I commend her being so strong for going out and being like, I am not safe. He should not be out. Look at me. In the interview, her eyes are still bloody. Her
Yeah,
arm
eyes are
is
still
broken.
bloody,
Are
yeah.
you like, what?
Why do we wait till it gets to that point where it's life or death before we come out of it?
Because you think you can change a man. Just like a man thinks they can change a woman if they want her to be better. Because abuse is not just men to women. It can
both.
be a woman to a man, absolutely. But you really believe, if I can take it from my own, it's you really believe you can change them to be better. But there were times you would think I was like apologizing.
Yeah.
Oh, I know you're a man.
I know
I'm
you're
so
mad.
sorry.
I'm sorry
Are
for
you
being mad.
joking?
Like, yeah,
I
you
pissed you
apologize.
off.
Yeah.
I upset you, so I
I
deserve
pissed
3
you off.
hits to my face. No, that's not how that works.
I think society made us all think this whole tough love thing is the way to go, but it's
No.
really not. It's not. It's like I have a friend of mine, a guy that I look up to so much in life, and he tells me like I have one daughter, and I tell her, look, sweetie, from childhood, if a man raises his voice at you, just
You know right there.
You know right there.
Yeah.
So
you shouldn't be dealing with that.
you shouldn't be dealing with that. Like, so maybe we are already fucked up. Okay, our parents didn't teach us all of this and how to prevent stuff like this. But like, it's not our duty to teach the upcoming ones that look, as a man, this is how you're supposed to treat a woman. As a woman, this is how a man is supposed to treat you, and how you're supposed to treat a man. Like, he's like, if a man or anybody in general just stands, like, there's a specific way he stands with her, you know, like he brings himself down and try to be on a level to talk to her. He's like, with the moment someone gets too high above you that you really can, you know, just you're out.
Yeah.
Because the person starts to, it's slowly, you know, they start standing above you and then speaking above you, and then the next thing they want to be above you, you know. So
and they feel like they have that power.
they feel like they have
and
that
that's
power.
where it can trickle in.
Yeah.
Your friend is probably teaching his daughter like little signs, like this is a sign
Little
that
sign.
it could be bad.
Yep.
And that's a beautiful thing. You can have but you know, sometimes unfortunately, like men can treat their sons and their daughters to have those warning signs. It just doesn't always work.
Yeah.
But I feel like still, like
But
the
still.
world we live in now, it's almost like we've become desensitized. Like violence is normal. It's not. It's not normal.
Yeah.
It's not normal to hit a woman. It's not normal to consistently be in like a combative state with your partner. I'm not saying that it will always be perfect, but at the same time, because when you love somebody, it's passionate, it can be intense, but learn to like take a step back, have a conversation.
Yeah.
You know, I think we live in a world, especially the past, I don't even know how long, where it's just, and then this age of social media, you see so much all the time. And then what happens is like this man, if he gets off, it's almost like it gives certain people, men, a pass, like he got off, it doesn't matter. It's like they look up to them. No, it's not, you don't do that.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Yes.
You know, and yeah, you're right. Like I wish there was more of a way for us as a society to help and tell somebody. But I can even say that doesn't always help. Your friends can tell you, get out, leave, get your stuff and go. It's it's so hard. It's not that simple. You're scared for your life, your finances, stature. It's embarrassing sometimes.
Like, I read the book where, I think it was Trevor Noah or someone,
He's amazing.
And his mom was, or was it a movie? She couldn't leave the husband. You know why?
Who did you say, Momo?
No, the mom.
The mom. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
I think it's a movie or so. She couldn't leave the husband. You know why? Because if she does, he's gonna kill her or kill. Like, she literally had to endure. This guy is crazy.
Yeah.
Okay? Mad crazy. But she's the only one that can calm him down. And as does that happen, she takes all his anger.
She accepts it.
She accepts it. The beating, all that, she takes it.
And she thinks in her head, she thinks it's love.
She thinks it's love, and then she's also doing it for the betterment of her children. Because it's like, if I leave this man, I know what this man is capable of doing. And if you look at the society, he would not get arrested or get punished. You get it, right? Mm-hmm. So if I leave this man and I know what this man is capable of, he can shoot me, he can kill my children. Like, literally, I know what this guy, he has told me so many times.
Yes.
So if I leave him now and then he kills my son or anybody or me, and society doesn't pay, like, give him what he deserves for what he does, that means it's a waste. So I might as well just stay here and try to calm him down as much as I can, so my kids can grow and then get to a stage where they can fight, or and endure all that. I think it's a movie. It's a very sad movie how the woman just, and then finally, the sons grow up and they have to fight with the father, and like, why did you not leave this man? All this, she's like, I couldn't, because if I leave this guy, he will come kill all of us. Like, wherever we go, he's gonna come look for us. And the moment he knows that we ran away, it's like double the punishment. You get me, right? Yeah.
So she's in her head protecting her children. Which is a mother's most, like, once you have children, your instincts and your passion for protecting them in all aspects are important. So she's thinking that this is the best thing.
Yeah.
But not realizing. So, like, it's like a catch, right? So do you leave, but you're still afraid, and do you stay? Because remember, children are very observant, and they absorb their little sponges.
Yeah.
What's going to happen to the boys
when they get older?
Do you hope that they don't take that same path and think that it's okay to be controlling or abusive to a woman?
Yeah. That's one of the...
It's a lot, yeah.
That's one of the ways where people get it from too, just from what they see. What they see, what they hear.
You could be playing and subconsciously hear a conversation as a young child. You're mentally, like, growing and think, like, just hearing in the background, like, if you hear fighting, like, not physical, like the way that they speak, and be like, okay, and you're just playing, and you're absorbing that and thinking this is normal. That's the only house that you know, and think that it's normal to live that way. And you grow up and you think that arguing with your partner, man, woman, whatever, is how you do it, and it's not.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. Yeah. It's just, there's so many aspects to it. Yeah.
Like, I grew up in a house where, like, we were, like, I never saw my dad hit my mom.
Yeah.
You get it, right? And my dad didn't even grow up. Like, my dad, I didn't grow up with my dad, but, like, my stepdad never did it. And I remember once where they got into kind of like a fight, and I had, even till now, if I think about it, it wasn't even like anything physical,
right.
But if I think, it still pisses me off, like, because he had to, like, shout and, like, and then I ran in. Yeah, I had to run in, like, what's happening? Then I was a kid. You get it, right? And then I ran, like, what's going on here? Like, why are you guys raising your voice? And then they all just calmed down, and
which is honestly your parents were right. They're like, okay, so we're in their heads, we're like the best thing, because you are not used to hearing that.
Yeah.
They're having a disagreement, it's getting heated, and you running in there. The best thing they did was just calm down. He walked out, and that's the thing. Women don't let men walk out. No, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're pissed. See, and we got something to say. Don't say like, this is not an excuse, okay? But I'm the type of guy that if we're having a fight or something, I want to go outside and breathe. Yeah. I want to just, trust me, I'm not even going to see anyone or, talk to any girl, but I just need to just get out of that space and calm my head and come in. And I have a friend like, said, no, you can't go out. We have to talk. Like, I am mad. You're mad. Like, how do we? You learn, because I mean, I've definitely done that. Yeah. I think that what the biggest point is, that doesn't mean that you're allowed to be hit. Yeah. But it doesn't mean, like, if somebody says, I need my space, you have to understand, give them their space.
Yeah.
I don't think that at any point you're warranted to be hit by anybody ever. But what I will say is that when someone asks for space, but I have absolutely been that person. Wait, no, I'm not done talking. We're still going to talk about this. And you have to realize, like, when somebody does ask you, like, I need space and to go outside, you should absolutely, just like respecting somebody's physical, respect that they're mental at that point.
It's crowded, needs
space.
Yeah.
Absolutely, you're right.
Yeah.
But some of us don't.
Some of us like, no, you.
I'm vocal.
Yeah.
I'm vocal. I'm gonna say sometimes I be saying some shit, but at the same time, like.
But still.
There's just walking away is the best thing. You don't want to be physical, but it is respecting physical space and their personal space mentally too. Like it's just like, you know, I don't know.
I'll give you 2 examples right now, okay? 2 of my friends, 2 different scenarios. The same scenarios, but 2 different results, okay? So this guy was in an abusive relationship. He was being abused by the lady.
I believe it.
Yep. And like she would hit him in the face, you know, everything. Like it was so bad that I don't know, like to a point where, like, in front of friends she would slap him. You get it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's with the boys she would slap him.
Okay.
And
I absolutely can think, yeah.
He got so pissed with the whole situation that, long story short, he walked away. Okay.
Good for him.
He had to end it. Yeah, good for him. Like,
good for him.
I don't know how he did it, but like sometimes if you want better for yourself, that's why I was like, sometimes it's you yourself. You need to know what you want in life. You need to.
It's the self-love.
Yeah, self-love. Like,
which
it's
we
just
work on our whole lives.
Whole
it's like
life. It never ends.
Self-love. Pull yourself out of
yourself out of it. Like, always know there is more for you.
There's
always
more.
know you deserve more. Always know there is better for you. Like, you know, sometimes we think like maybe this is all we got.
You do sometimes.
Yeah, it's like,
or they tell you.
Or they tell you.
You're not gonna get better.
You're not get better. Yeah.
I've had that. No one's gonna want you. Okay. Okay. You know, like, it's true. It's right. You're right.
So he just left, and then this other guy, same scenario with a different person. Okay.
Okay.
This one was like the same. She would lock him outside the house. Like,
for what?
He would, like, just for no reason.
I'm sorry, it's not funny.
She'll lock him outside. She'll slap him, like, rip his clothes apart. Like, whenever they're angry, it's something after the other. Like, you know, so he's been taking that shit in for a while. He's enjoying, like, I love this person. Like, no one knew what was going on. I didn't even know his friend. I didn't even know. And then this whole thing kept going for so long that, you know, if you keep pouring stuff in here, it's going to overflow, right?
Yes.
She was doing all that to get to a point he got aggressive with her. The one day he got mad, he threw his phone. Like, he was so angry because he's been holding that for so long, this whole abuse, that he threw his cell phone at her and then kind of like broke her face. So she shared the story with me. So she was like, look what your friend did. And I was like, the fuck? Why would he do that? Like, I was pissed off. Like,
you don't know.
I was like, I need to see him. Like, this is
not okay.
Arrest this guy. My friend, absolutely. I was like, arrest him because this is unbearable. Like, he should never, like, the
And I will say, before you knew the rest of it, what your reaction, I don't care if it's a friend or a family member. And it's okay to know the story, but in some aspects, you had the right reaction, because a lot of times people will basically, like, their male friends, like,
calm them down. Okay, it's okay.
Sorry.
Let me talk to him real quick.
And guess what? It's not okay.
It's not okay. It's not okay.
So she was abusing him.
Yeah. So when I called him, just listen. I didn't even know about this part. Okay, the slapping and all that. And when I called him, I was like, "Yo, what the fuck did you just do? Like, what got into you?" He didn't tell me at first. He's like, "Yo, I fucked up, man. I fucked up." He was even more sorry for what he did than even before he told me all that. So he was just, I'm apologizing, bro. Help me, beg her. Like, I'm sorry. And then they went their separate ways for like a couple of days, and he started thinking about this whole thing. And he said, Lucky, I've never told you this, but do you know that I physically did something to her, but if I tell you this lady has been torturing me inside, which is like the worst, you wouldn't believe. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, do you know that my girlfriend actually slaps me in front of my friend? You can never slap a man. Like you shouldn't. Like, do you know that, like, literally, like, things girlfriend and boyfriends do, we don't do? Like, he started telling me what he's been through with her, and I'm like, how the fuck do you think? How do you like? I knew what he did was wrong, but now I'm like, how strong? I thought he wasn't strong, but I was like, you are so strong to take all that, like to the point where, so in that situation, as much as I hate what he did, I still didn't like what she did.
Right. Well, one thing is too, like when you put your hands on a person, realize that if you feel the audacity to, not audacity, or like the courage, or at that point to feel like you should put your hands on somebody.
Yeah.
Remember that if it's a man, woman, grandmother, your uncle,
yeah,
they have every right to protect themselves and hit you back. So he is dealing with abuse from a woman after years of, that's what he was dealing with, is absolutely disgusting. And I don't even, he threw that phone at what point? So you have been now hitting him and abusing him, embarrassing him. He threw his phone. And no, the thing about him is that he knew it was wrong.
Yeah.
And he felt so guilty,
He felt so guilty,
But at the same time, she's been hitting him. What do you expect? You don't think that, you think you can do that to any person, woman to man, and think that they won't hit you back? Remember that if you hit somebody for no reason and you are been demeaning and abusing them, do you think they're not going to hit you back? I don't condone it, but I also understand, like, defense.
Defense, yeah. But, like, reconciliation is not defense.
Once they start fighting, like, at this point, like, and at that point, like, don't be together.
Yeah.
Get help.
Yeah,
go to therapy. Do something. Even if you love a person enough, you will get help and get therapy, and you can try to figure it out, but no more. Because if they decided we don't need it, get away, because it will not get better.
True.
Man or woman, what he did was defending himself, and after years or months or whatever, a buildup of being abused by somebody, it's not right, but it's almost it's not almost, it's understandable. Yeah. Completely understandable. Wow. How is he now? Not that I should be crying. Is he okay?
Yeah,
he's
okay.
In a good place?
He's okay.
Good.
He's in a good place.
Good.
But guess what? They're still together. Yeah.
Are they better?
I mean, he says they're better. I don't know. Maybe he's saying that just
to like not have you.
Not to.
And then what happens, like in those situations too, is hoping that because he seems like such a good soul, I hope that she maybe got her help that she needed, because I could never imagine, at least for like hitting somebody out of nowhere in front of family or friends.
Yeah.
And they sit there and accept that. It's just a lot of abuse that I've known through relationships are done. It's usually private. It's private. It's where nobody will know. And it's not until people question you.
Facts.
They start to question you, and then you're like, oh, it's not bad. I've experienced all of that.
It's like it becomes a norm for you.
It's not normal, but you think it's normal.
Yeah, it becomes.
Oh, he loves me, so
he's
he's being so upset that he felt the need to like hit me or choke me. No, it is. It's like, I know you laugh, like it's like so crazy because it's like crazy.
Yes.
It is, and I think until you experience it, I think with anybody, that's when it's like,
that was fucked up.
It's like a light bulb goes off. No, it's not even it's almost like, I understand why he's with her.
Yeah.
I actually understand that, because I can think to myself, like, I would have probably still been with this person, but I had, at this point, like, it's like almost like God was pushing me to a point, like, if you don't do this, you're losing your whole soul. Really, you do. You lose yourself. And for women, for men, whatever, you have family that needs you and loves you. You have children a lot of times, and if they are seeing it, or not even if they're not seeing it, but they know that something's off with their parent and they're hurting, it changes.
Facts.
And you have to realize, like you said, there's like, they call it almost like a butterfly effect, like a butterfly's wing to ripple.
Yeah.
There's a ripple with your children when they feel their parents off. I remember, I never saw abuse with my parents at all. There was no abuse, but you know that if something was off, like mom's having a bad day, it's what's up, you feel it. So even if she's had a bad day at work, you still feel that, So I think that, there's definitely like a ripple effect to that. have to just think about what's happening around you. But mostly, and most important thing is that it's within you to find that courage. But once it's so hard when you love somebody, you think they're gonna change, and if they do decide, and they do get the help, then you can only wish the best for them. And sometimes it doesn't happen that way. A lot of times it will happen in injuries or death.
Death, yeah, worst case.
Death. Like, no, like really, like death.
I came across this information that said one out of 3 women go through this domestic violence in a relationship.
Yeah.
And then so out of so die from it. Like 38% of women die from it. And I was like, for real?
30%.
Yeah.
30%. Yeah.
I was like, for real?
And that's okay. So you're basing it on people that have reported.
Reported, yes.
Reported. Imagine.
Let me tell you. The society we live, it's normal. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm telling you that people take this every day. Like,
every day.
It happens in almost every relationship, and it could be verbal, physical, and even the man telling you you're a fool. That's an abuse. You get me right? That affects you mentally. It's even worse than
calling you a name.
Calling you a name.
Names initially, like that alone, like calling you a name is like one of the worst things. Like, oh, you're. Like, as soon as you hear that, that's a sign.
It rings.
It should ring. Like, so, okay, why would he think that it's okay to even say like, you're stupid?
Yeah.
It's not even a woman to a man. Like, you're stupid. No. We're not joking right now. We're fighting. You're demeaning me. Yeah,
it depends. Like, there's some situations where I know that you say
you're joking around like, man, you're like your man, and you're just like,
but like,
shut up, bro.
Like
but no, it's not. When like when it's in that situation where you're it's intense. The name calling, and you know what I will say, like, it's weird if I was talking about domestic abuse, when you come out of something like that, and you actually try to date again, there is an effect that happens too. You think that the way that you were treated and the way you were responding is normal. It's not, and you have to go and like kind of out of your not your comfort zone, but you meet somebody who's kind, and calm, and you're like, oh my god, what's like. You're talking to your girls like, oh, something wrong with him, like he's not yelling at me, or like there's not like a physical thing or whatever. And it's like, does he feel things?
Feel things,
Remember that violence does not mean that he feels for you the good things. Trust me. I think I've had to tell myself that through my own therapy. And that speaking like just it's not good. You learn, but then you learn to like go through it and realize that it's okay to have a calm conversation when you're mad or upset.
I mean, you deserve it.
You deserve it.
Like, it's not even about, okay, that's what you deserve.
You deserve that.
That's what you deserve. Like, that's what, if we bring it back to this conversation, king and queen, like we talked about.
Yes.
A king would never, mistreat his queen.
And we're all supposed to be kings, right?
We're all supposed to be kings.
Some people out here acting like peasants. I'm done.
So,
terrible. No,
like,
it's true.
So if we bring it back to the line we have here, kings and queens, that's what we are. That's what we are. And I mean, so basically, like, we have to help. Men have to help themselves have the mindset of a king. Once you start having that mindset, I guess you start treating your queen the same. But when you still have the mindset of, I'm not a king, man, I'm a street guy, or like whatever mindset you have, that's how you treat the lady beside you.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this is not even financial, like, because you're wealthy or you're broke doesn't mean you're a king. It's inside. It's inside. Like, even the moment you start seeing yourself as a king, you're gonna start, like, your life will even start changing for you.
Yeah. Positively. Feel better. Know that you deserve better. Know that you deserve. Know, even if you have been raised in that place.
Yeah.
In a bad place, and you think, you know what? I just know that I would never want to do that to a woman. I'm gonna do better. And surround yourself, like, surround yourself with good people. That's why I always say too, like, hopefully there are people like in your circle that should be telling you, like, no, that's not cool, dude. Like, just not even if it gets about where you're feeling angry. It's like, nah, like, chill out, sit down for a minute. Have people in your circle that are that like-minded in a way where they know that, like, uplifting yourself inside. Because a lot of times I feel like it happens to people that don't have the best self-esteem, or their ego is taking over. So it's absolutely right where why? Like, what is it? I don't understand. And you're right, when people, society, I really believe that they think it's normal.
Yeah, that's the world we live in. Tough love. Yeah. Like
it's
you
like,
said,
it's good to like show somebody that I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And stuff like, it's not. Like,
It's
what
not.
happened to like, tell us, listen, life is so, we don't even realize how short life is. You love somebody,
Sure.
show them, tell them.
Tell them, yeah.
Because you don't have but so long, and you think, you never know when you're gonna, God to be like, come home.
Yeah. And love is not physical. Like, it's not this boom, 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 aggressive. It shouldn't be.
It
like,
shouldn't be.
Like, you know.
It's not perfect.
It's not perfect.
Love is
yep.
messy, and
Yep.
it's complicated, but that, and if you're in it, it is sometimes the most sickening, scariest thing, and you're like, this is what life has to, no, it's not what life has to offer you. I think that if there's anything that I can take out of this, our conversation for us, is that like, for experiences, if for maybe you or your friends, I know that you love people, sometimes you cannot save them.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean, like, at your own expense, you should not be, you have to learn that the self-love, put it into you, have a good circle, remove yourself. I promise it gets better.
Yeah.
It gets so much better.
It gets so much better. And you with a guy that is, abusive, or a girl that is abusive, look, it's not the end of the world. Just get out. Like, I mean, it's easy to say get out, but like, my advice, get out. Think of yourself first, put yourself first, and, like, even ask yourself, if someone was doing this to, like, just whatever.
Right, like, you put yourself, like, what if somebody did this? Like, I read a quote once that said, if my best friend was coming to me with the stories that I was telling her, what would I say? Get out. Or I'm a running over my car. Now that's a good thing too, but like, you get defensive and you like, come, like, help, let me help you.
Yeah.
But when I tell you, we do say that, it's so easy for us, for people to say that. For my experience, it's not easy. I had people tell me all the time, write down what you're experiencing, get out, like, stop. My family didn't know until recently.
Wow.
It's so much, and this relationship has been over for over a year now. It still sits with me.
Yeah.
But I've gone through like the therapy of it. But I will say that it's okay. Like, it'll get better. It never got better. It wasn't until I was at certain places that I was realizing that this is not good. Like, I went to a bridal fitting for my best friend's wedding. And
shit.
Literally.
Yeah.
And I had a sweater on, but then you trying on dresses. And my best friend's sister pulled me aside and goes, "Wait, Shari, you have a lot of bruises, and are you okay?" And I was like, "Oh, I was literally like this."
Yeah.
I go, "Oh, I was moving stuff around in my bedroom." No. And I just, my dresser was heavy and I like was moving it. Okay. I got home that night, my best friend messages me. This is after a full dinner. We've celebrated. We've got her dress.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Shari, you're not going to lie to me. You're going to tell me what's happening." And I broke down and told her.
Oh, fuck.
It's not that easy. And even from her, she's like, I will, like, what happens? Like, it's if you experience it at a certain level, it's not easy to leave. So I will say that. But once you do, just know that it can get better. Mm-hmm. You deserve better. And I will not take like the full responsibility of it, but as a woman, we do carry like a shame. Oh, we do carry like a shame around. Sorry.
It's okay. It's not a guy. It's a mic.
You know what? No, I'm just kidding. But it's like, you do carry the shame around. Like, why didn't you leave sooner? You love them. You want them to change. It escalated. That's all it did was escalate. And it got to the point that I was like losing myself. Yeah. And you can look at me, like, you can look in, like, if you look back even like on pictures of that year, and I was like still put together, still going to work every day, still being mom. Yeah. Inside, you're dying. Like, it's so hard. Emotionally, you are deteriorating. It's the worst feeling. You feel so alone, and you think this is love. It's not love. It's not love. It's a form of control. It's to make them feel better. Yeah, it's rough. So like, there's a hard line. You tell your friends leave.
Leave, yeah.
You have people tell you leave, get away, get out of it. It's so hard when you love somebody, just like your friend who's with that girl. And I hope that they are in such a better place. I pray on that because you want that. I believe in love and that whole thing. Sometimes people are just evil. And there's nothing more that you can do. So you find the strength, a little bit, to pull yourself out. And if you have good people around you, it'll help. It'll start to resonate with you, and you can pull yourself. So, to anybody that's dealing with it, there is better. There's a whole other side, a happiness that you will feel.
Yeah.
You will feel, and know that like I should be treated like a queen, and there are men out there that will do that without a second guess, without a question.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, "What? Look what I've been missing.
Look what I've been missing.
Look what I've been missing."
Yeah.
Somebody that wants to do so good by you. Yeah.
You know, I almost fell for that, my friend's story, because he came back to it, and I was like,
see,
maybe that you should
like,
listen.
You see,
maybe that's why I'm single. I don't have that.
No,
like I don't have that room for, you know. I was like, maybe I should love like that. Like, but like I said, I almost fell for it because I was like, wow. So after all this, they still came back, and is that what love is? For a second, he played with me, and I was like, maybe I should start like love to the point where I'm blind. You get right to things like that. I almost like I lucky was like maybe I need to start.
Have you ever been Have you experienced anything like that with a woman that was like?
Okay, one was close. I got aggressive. You get right? Got aggressive. First time I ever got aggressive, and she consistently was pissing me off, and we broke up. Yeah, the moment I knew that I got aggressive, I got physical, because I have anger issues. No one knows this.
Well, we all do though.
Yeah, we all do. Like mine is the craziest. Like my friend will tell you, like literally, I throw things on the like. I could get mad. Before now, I had to control myself. You get it, right? Like I could get mad and slam my cell phone on the floor.
Your cell phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's different than I don't take you as a man that's gonna abuse someone.
So no, it moves from level. You get me, right?
Yeah.
There is level. So what about? So I slam my phone on the floor because obviously I made myself angry and I can't hit myself. Sometimes I punch the wall, you know, just to because I made myself angry. You get me, right? Then imagine if someone did that, someone I love, someone close to me, and you know, sometimes it might not be intentional. It might just be reaction, and it happens to you. You like that's how it goes. Like I knew I had to leave that relationship the moment I got physical. This was not even hit. Like what was I doing? I was on the closet, and then and I think I was putting my clothes on or something like that, and then she did something because I was about to leave and she did something, and I got so pissed that I just threw the stuff like this. You get right, and I saw. Look, we all have a dark side in us. Every single one of us. I've seen my
whole world in you that nobody knows.
Yeah, I've seen my dark side, and I just like, fuck, I can't do this. You get me, right? Like, I was this close to doing, like, it was just this fine line. Like, I was this close to becoming a monster. That's what I'll call myself. You get me, right? I have to control myself. I'm like, ooh, I have to leave this relationship.
But you know what? This is the part of you that's that man.
Yeah.
That knows. I know I'm better than this.
I know I'm better than this.
It was that little thing, so you felt that,
yeah.
and what you did was say, "This is
not
how
I want to be." Like
you didn't do anything.
Look,
you throwing clothes and then having that split second where like this could be bad.
Bad.
That's called this is you human. That's human one to feel that anger because we get that. But what you did was the best thing. You know, this is not for me. For somebody to get me to this point, it's not.
It's not. And then we were still like it got to a point like after that the breakup, she was still trying to come back. You get that because nothing happened. Like she was like, I'm like no. It's not even about love, but I saw a part of me that I never want to see.
And you brought it out of me.
And you brought it out of me, and I'm scared of you. Like you get right. Like
oh, did you express that to her?
Yeah, I did. I
did.
But she still didn't get it. You get me, right?
Yeah.
She still didn't get it. She like, you know, I was like, did you not realize that I got a little physical with you the other night? Like, you know, and she's like, oh really, you did? I was like, you didn't even know. But
you know why? She probably been in something like that before and thought it was normal. Like, oh, it's okay.
Who knows?
But you knew better.
But like, you know, so you know, like we all have a dark side in us. Like Some days I'm in the gym, like I was the example, like I could go into a dark place where I don't even feel any pain, like like we all, every single one of us.
I'm waiting to get to that point because right now I had leg day and it hurts.
Like,
it hurts.
So it's about like channeling that dark side to a positive aspect. We can use it for a positive thing, and something good comes out of it, or we can put it in like that's the zone. The zone sometimes could be bad. The zone sometimes can be good. That dark side can come in the middle of an argument or something like that, and you kill. Or you can, stay away from environments like that and put yourself in environments that whenever the dark side comes, it brings out something good out of you. You get right. So, yeah, like for real, I don't have any word, but I know I have a dark side, and I've been this close to it, and I saw it, and I'm like, so I started using my. That's why I'm always happy. I'm always like positive.
I know you nothing from being like you are so happy. You're just like you light up. Like I don't see that, but you're right about the dark side. And you should actually, as a human, we're supposed to embrace it because that's part of us that look into that. But it's how you use it and how you work through it. If you think that if you can use that, sometimes when you say you zone out the gym and you push that to power through your workout, that's
growth.
That's growth, and that's good. What's wrong was if you were taking that and letting it consume you, and then you're taking on another human.
Another human, yeah.
For what?
For what, man?
Not that you should be taking on yourself, but aware that we all have that good and dark side. Not that even that dark side can be so bad.
Yeah.
But it's in us.
There's beauty in it,
There is beauty in it.
There's beauty in it. Like I've seen like. Musically, like you could be offended, and instead of going out to do something negative, that's how musicians write good songs when they're heartbroken. You get right?
So good.
That's
when you are like in the worst. Oh my god, it's so funny. When you're in the worst place, like it's hard. It's like it comes out on paper.
Yeah. They could use it to get physical with you, or they're like, what, give me a pen, and I just want to write everything I'm feeling right now.
And that's beautiful.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
That's actually that's a beautiful thing. Take that. People write poetry.
Poetry with it. Yeah.
Write. Like that, write your music, everything. That's so good.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes it's even a walkout. Like, okay, you know what? I'm having a bad day. Let me go to the gym and just fucking. And
I've had some of my best days after a badass day.
After a badass day.
Piss me right off. I'll go in the gym, but my weights go up. I feel like I get more. For some reason, I don't know if it's adrenaline.
Yeah, it does.
You feel so upset, but you're like, I'm gonna push through this. And once you're there, you just go.
Yep.
Which can then in turn, you're taking care of your body instead of doing something else.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah, so true. I was gonna say something, and so people that don't have for us, we walk out. So the gym is our.
First of all, let's be very clear. I don't work nothing. I do not work out like you.
We still walk out.
Are you kidding me? I've been consistently for a year. I've been doing it. This is a side note, but you are like a beast.
No, it's a darkness, that's why I take it. Yeah.
Okay, give me some of that darkness because I need to have an 8-pack. Are you kidding me? I'm still working, and I'm but you really work out. So when you say we work out, yes, I do like to do it.
No, she works out.
I do work out, and I love it. It actually has given me such a light, positive thing.
I know, right?
But you are he's serious.
I try.
I know that they see the videos, you are really.
I try, but thanks. So yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's all out of I started lifting weight when after a breakup. Yeah. Yeah. After a breakup, I remember. It. Yeah, I channeled it. I remember this very day I was going to the gym back and forth. I was never serious, and then that breakup happened, and I was like, what am I gonna do with my life, Just okay, let's go to the gym.
But you know what that is? Not only did you just go to the gym after a breakup, you knew it's about me and my healing, and that helped you heal. Yeah. That's the same. A lot of people I find out that we talk, a lot of women, a lot of people I talk to, especially women, to what took you to get into your fitness, that you love it. Yeah. Because you end up, if you really are in it, you end up loving it. Because one, it makes you feel good physically and mentally.
Mentally, yeah.
And then it does, sometimes it takes, unfortunately, not unfortunately, but it happens where something something changes in your life. Yeah. Sometimes, a lot of times romantically. Yeah. And then you're like, let me do this. But it's self-love. Instead of letting yourself completely go to another direction, you chose to let me make myself feel good physically, mentally, get that glow up, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you do it and you channel it that way, and that's an amazing thing.
And that's when people started coming to you. That's when you start seeing positive people come towards you. You get right? Like that's when all of a sudden you see people that love you. You see people, you're like, oh, people like this actually exist.
Yes.
Because you started to put yourself in that positive world and
Yes.
it just comes back to you.
Yes.
But once you're in that world where, you know, it's all darkness, that's all you see. Every people you see is going through the same thing.
And you feel like, oh, they like it's dark everywhere.
Yeah.
But guess what? There's a light.
There's a love out there, trust me.
So much love.
So many of us out here, you know,
So much.
we love you, okay? If you're listening to this, and I don't know, but like, you know, just know there's light out there, okay?
There is light out there, and you can channel it in ways. That's funny that you brought up, because actually the fitness is obviously how we met.
Yeah.
In the gym.
Yeah.
And it was so great.
Facts.
We did. We met, and like you bring good people.
Yeah.
It's because I have met some amazing people, and then through that light that was started to shine.
Yeah.
Through me, I would have people message me like, I see that glow coming back.
Come
I'm
back.
like, what? And then it's like, no, like you see
No,
it,
yeah.
and that speaks volumes, because sometimes when you see a picture of somebody, if you really look at it, you can tell like sometimes in their eyes if they're not happy or sad.
Yeah.
Now it's like you see, it's like, no, I'm. It's not perfect, but I'm living.
But I'm living. Yeah.
You're living and you're
Yeah.
happy, and you focus on yourself, and then you bring good people around you too.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Cheers to that.
That's how we met, you know, at the gym. So
Shout
out to
Mike's.
shout out to Mike's, you know,
Shout out to Mike's Fitness.
making connections and
Yeah, that place is awesome.
yeah, it's an awesome, and everyone there is awesome, and our friends too.
We have
like,
a lot of people.
Yeah,
like, so good.
Everyone there is almost all about growth, positive energy. Like David, name it, all of it. Like, you know, we're just trying to get better, you know, and not just by ourselves. We're trying to help ourselves get better, you know.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And trust me, it's not like we're in a great situation. No, we're not. I feel like we're all going through the same shit, but we just
going through the same shit. Like,
Yeah.
believe me, life ain't perfect.
Nah,
not
for
even
nobody.
You know, but not even that it's a little bit, but like we are going through shit. But like you learn that like we are all really going through stuff, but we find that there's a good part of our day.
Yeah.
And then you, like you said, you get around like those like-minded people.
Yeah, just makes your day.
And it makes you feel better. Yeah. You're right.
So you wanna try my?
I'm ready. Let me finish mine.
Yeah. Okay.
I am glad that you liked it.
I love it.
So now we're both trying this one for the first time, because I knew what that tasted like.
Yeah, I love this wine.
I'm glad that you liked it.
I'm gonna get it after this.
Yes, and it's
please.
Can I tell you it's not expensive?
It's not expensive. That's why I didn't buy it. That's why I never drank this wine.
Can I tell you, I've had expensive wines that don't
That don't
taste
taste
good.
good.
That is true. Money is like the amount of it. Sometimes I have had really good wine, like expensive wine. Oh, this is $60-something, $200. I don't care. That shit is trash.
Yeah.
Give me. This is actually.
This is like $9 or so, right?
Honest to God, so it goes from like 13. So
yeah.
weirdly enough, on holidays they spike the price of this.
Oh.
Which is, I mean, inflation, whatever, because it's the holidays and people love it, so they're gonna spike it.
Yeah.
But right now, I picked it up like today, for $9.
Yeah, cause I see this wine almost everywhere I go.
You're like, oh, it's cheap.
You're like, fuck it,
I know them cheap wines, and it's not even because it's like trash. It's because I think that it's quality. It's just not expensive. And if you need an inexpensive wine, is that one expensive?
This is probably like in the. Someone got it for me, like probably like in the $15 or so.
Okay.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it's worth $15 because this $9 tastes like something $50 or so.
Yes.
You know, like. And you said something about drinking expensive wines and not liking it. I remember once I drank this wine. It's like $50-something. Like I was like, ooh, okay, I'll drink it. And then
you think it's gonna be like, oh, this is
I think
so good.
nah.
No.
I gave it to my roommate and like, like
right, it tastes like wood chips.
Yeah, it tastes like I was like, that's $50-something.
Right. I'll be good with my $9 to $13 bottle.
Oh boy. So I guess it's not even about the price.
It's not. It's honestly like it's your taste.
Yeah.
And if it's a good quality.
Yeah.
I think quality matters. Actually, the brand speaks for itself.
I hope this wine doesn't
I'm hoping
betray us. So let's give our taste buds some time to just, you know, chill, because we just finished this one, so cause I think it might taste the
we should
same.
probably have water. We actually probably should have water to clean the palate.
Hold on, let me get.
Should I get? Oh, I was like, I'll get it.
Because we want to get the full taste of this.
We do. I like the name of it.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you.
You're like an empress, huh?
I'm reading it. It's a Portugal. I feel like this is going to be a good one.
Hope so too.
But yeah. So, yeah, this is like, yeah. I mean, touching on this subject is like, it's hard. It's rough. And I mean, it's a lot of people don't want to talk about certain things. I'm sure you have a lot of parts of I know your podcast touches on so many different subjects.
Yeah.
Not just like little things. This is it's a rough subject, but I feel like it just, if it brings a little awareness.
Yeah, that's the goal.
And
man.
different, like, I don't even know if there's a perspective to it, but just ways that there's another side to it. And I love that quote. Actually, is perfect.
Yeah, I know, right?
Teaching.
I'm glad you finally agreed with it. Yeah.
Now I understand why you picked that, because
Yeah.
I didn't get it, and then now us talking, I feel like I keep hitting that mic like in my head this big.
You should.
I got it like, you have it like right next to you. Look at me.
Okay, yeah, you can move it forward now.
Because my head keeps hitting it.
Oh yeah, sorry. You okay?
Perfect. But that quote was perfect for this.
Yeah, so basically kings should start seeing themselves as king. Guys should start seeing themselves as kings, and women should start seeing themselves as queens, because once you start to see yourself as a queen, you wouldn't let most of the things that, you know,
that you think.
yeah, like you have to start setting standards for yourself. And this word kings and queen, let's take it out of the word king and queen. It's all about standards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about knowing what you want and saying, oh, you know what, I won't settle for less.
Yeah. At that first sign.
Yeah.
Like, I'm there. If we're grown. We're there. Is the sound okay?
It's over. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. But no. I feel like once you're at a certain age and like you go through certain things and you can come out of the other side, you know, like as soon as you hear that one thing, it's like, nope.
Yeah, one thing, I'm out.
Nope, I'm good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
There's some people that just need just one offense and they're out. And then there's some people that can take a million offense and they still be there. And for me, I don't know what my limit is, but like the more I grow, the more I learn about myself and things, I start to realize that, look, it's not a big deal, man. Just let it go. Some people find difficult to let go of things, you know. They've been older. I've had this for so long, but the thing is that you let go, you're opening room for more to come.
That's so right, because some people even hold on to their pain. Like, this is who I am. This is who I am. Something I've dealt with too. Let it go. Let it. Then you flourish.
We've been together for years. How do I let?
Yes, like let that go. Let the pain. Even if you leave something and you're alone, the pain. Don't hold on to it anymore. Let it go and bring all that other good stuff.
All the other good stuff. Yeah.
I'm still learning myself. Like
we all are.
I'm still learning. Like I try. Like I'm so. Not being with you start to date again and you kind of like figure it out. So now I have like, no, I'm good.
Yeah.
But then there are times like I'm like, I'll give it a chance, and then I still feel like you just learn, you grow with it, and you learn after. But nah, let somebody else try.
Yeah. So like
I would never.
This is what works for me. So when I'm because it's one thing to pick someone like you on a date out of physical appearance. You get me, right? Mm-hmm. But now, for me, the beauty in every woman is not even physical. It's what's up here. Yeah. That's why I started to pay attention to like I want to hear you speak. Yeah. I mean, beauty is okay. First thing we say is beauty. Okay.
Right.
No
That's
harm.
just human nature.
Yeah, it's human nature. Yeah, I get attracted to beauty, but at the end of the day, too, like you wanna have conversations with people and get to know what they think, like what their mindset is, like
emotional awareness.
Yeah. Some of them are not even aware. You know,
oh
like,
my god,
like
it's like talking to like I call it like a dutru. That's what I say. I swear, that's when I'm talking to the girls, I'm like a dutru. Like I want to be able to have a open conversation, let it be funny or raw, but like have emotional depth and awareness where you're aware.
Yeah. And this is not something we're born with. Some of us are born with it, or you can learn it. Like that's like for me. I always tell myself, I don't know shit. And this is not to discredit myself or anything. Because that's the only thing that makes me want to know stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Curious.
Agree. Yeah, like, I don't know.
Curiosity.
Yeah.
Exactly. Being curious.
That's the...
Being want to know.
Wanting
to know things.
And it's not a crime. Like, we should all get to that stage where we just want to get better.
Yeah. Very true. Yeah, I've had conversations with people and I'm immediately like, if it's a date or something, I'm like, I don't think I'll be back. But sometimes you give chances. You give chances, yeah. But sometimes it doesn't work that way. You know what? As you get older, like you said, you grow and you look for certain things. have non-negotiables, I think.
Yeah,
Like
facts.
all of us.
Let's
Yeah.
let's go to some of those non-negotiables. Can you share some of them with us?
Non-negotiables?
Yeah. You wanna try this first?
I do. Let's try this, and then I'll go there, because now I'm like, wait a
After you.
minute.
After you.
So let's smell it.
Yeah.
It definitely smells
Yeah, it
different.
smells. It smells different.
But that's okay.
Oh, careful.
I know, that's okay. They're dark jeans.
I see them like swirl their wine or something like that. Why is that? Like
They swirl it. They
Yeah.
swirl it like
yeah,
this.
yeah, like that. And then
And they smell it.
I'll go after you. What do you
It's
think?
actually very good.
It's good.
It's very good.
It tastes similar. I don't know if you.
There's a little
lot of
similar. There's a different taste, but this one is like a very I get like a very one note, but it's very good. It's drier.
Yeah. How do you know if a wine is dry?
No.
'Cause I hear the line like it's dry, and I'm like, this is wet in my mouth.
No, it's a liquid. You're not.
No, the wine is
It's a
dry.
liquid.
Like,
You're hilarious. No, so it's a liquid, but that is a drier red, but it's very good. This is great.
thank you.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. It
I would buy
wasn't as I would buy it, but I think I'll buy it more. But this is
This
good
one's
too.
sweeter.
Yeah, this is. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think so. This one's definitely sweeter. That one. So let's look, because we've both never tried it.
Tried it, yeah.
It has an oak aging period. That's why it's dry.
Oh.
A little bit, but no, it's delicious. When I say dry,
Yeah.
some wines are dry and they're supposed to be that way. That doesn't mean that they taste bad. This is actually very good.
How do you get the dry taste? Is it like after you? Because I want to know what this dry taste is, so I can say. Because I don't just want to go and say, "Oh, this wine is dry," and then someone's not. This is not a dry wine.
So it says in your palate, it is fruity and it's full bodied with oak notes, and that's exactly what it is. There's oak. So I think sometimes when they age it, so it says that it was oak aging. It probably was in an oak barrel for a little bit. It picks up that flavor.
Oh wow. Yeah, I like that. I like it.
That's
too.
from reading it. I mean, I don't know. I've learned something. People are gonna start commenting on your thing and be like, "She doesn't know."
Hey,
I
who
do a
cares?
little bit.
Who cares?
Oh, there's always a critic,
The
right?
fact is, I don't know. So whatever you say, I'm gonna take it.
No, I don't. But I'm being honest, from learning whatever I've learned. So I'm
Yeah.
probably not specific on everything, but but it's still delicious.
Yeah, it is delicious. Great job.
Both of them. I think we did a good job.
Yeah, we did a good job. Great pick. Hey, cheers to us.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers to picking out good wines.
Good one. Yeah.
Has anyone ever actually seen the wines that you put out on the Wine Wednesdays and been like, and messaged you and been like, hey, that was a
Good one. I actually recommended a friend of mine. I told them, but they didn't see from the show, you know. But that was a good one. Yes, the last one I had, because this is my second episode of Wine Wednesdays. Yep.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm on the second episode.
Yeah, I actually started this. You remember when I told you last year that we spoke about it? I'm like, okay, I'm starting February. So.
And I was like, let me know.
Yeah,
I
let me
would
know.
love to be
Yeah,
on
yeah,
there.
yeah, so-
and if you get a good reaction, I'll come back and we can talk about
No, you
more
definitely
stuff.
come back, even if I don't get a good reaction. You think? Wait.
We'll come back and talk.
Yeah, of course. We have so many conversations to talk
Yes.
about. So
There's so much things in life.
yeah,
It's
like
very true.
yeah, and for me, it's not even about. I enjoy this conversation. You get it, right?
Me too.
Because I'm learning from this. I don't know if someone else is. You know, I'm learning from this. And what was funny because I had this. I told a friend of mine like, what we're gonna do tonight, and then we had the conversation about this, but we spoke. I spoke with her till we got to a point where we started about talking a different conversation, love languages. You get it, right? And she was just telling me how everyone expresses love differently and stuff like that. And I was like, wow. So in conversations, there's a sense, and that's why I have this podcast, because I feel like a lot of smart people are around me. So let's just put that smartness out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And put life experiences.
Life experiences.
When we're talking, it's different than when you're talking to somebody else about the same subject. But
Yeah.
that's the beauty of a person.
Yeah.
Because we all have had different experiences that have us feel a certain way or give our own input, opinion, whatever, to a situation. And she's right. When she starts talking about love languages, that could be another topic.
Another
all of
topic,
it.
yeah.
Do you think you would want to touch on relationship stuff during Wine Wednesdays?
That's what Wine Wednesday is for. Basic. So Wine Wednesday is for anything like issues,
anything,
issues, problem solutions and stuff like that. Relationship. It just
work, anything.
whatever goes with the wine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the fun side of me, you know, yeah. So
and even though we had like, I feel like even though we had a conversation that was something that is deep and can be traumatic, and it is hard to see and hear from friends in the media, whatever. We've also touched base on so many other topics of how to come out of it, and that there are people around you that will help you. Just know that, and that's the beauty of it. And knowing, like we've talked about fitness, like these are subjects that I'm so willing to elaborate more on if you'll have me.
Yeah, no, definitely. We could go more into fitness. Like I have another episode called Fitness Fridays.
I can't do the fitness because listen to me. I let somebody yell at me about what I'm supposed to be doing. I am doing it the way that I'm told because I'm not like you are. You're a trainer. Like you literally are like.
Fitness Friday is not for pros, okay? It's just to say how fitness works for you. You know? Yeah, like let's take the pro out of it, okay?
I'm like, I don't want to do this. You should probably have like you know too many people. Like have somebody else here. I'll sit back and watch. Guys, like it would be a great time.
No, it's about like your own personal experience. So it's not even physical fitness, like mental fitness. You know, mental health, social, emotional, everything fitness all around. So that's what Fitness Friday will be about. So. Yeah. Just give you guys a snippet of how Fitness Friday is.
I can't wait to see how you edit this.
It's a lot of work. So back to the conversation.
Yeah.
Your negotiables and your non-negotiables in a relationship. You remember we talked about that, right?
Non-negotiables. They change throughout the year. So like you said, how your immediately like your first reaction is physical, like physical. Like you see somebody like, oh, they're so attractive.
Attractive, yeah.
I have met really attractive people.
Yeah.
And they're like a shell of a person.
Shit.
That's pretty much what that is. And for me, I like I don't know this. So my non-negotiables is very much emotional depth. If you cannot hold a conversation with me and have like a, how do I say this? Where there's like a no holds barred conversation. Speak to me. I want to know ugly and raw, and I want to know what made you how you are and how you got to the point where listen, I'm in my 30s. At this big old age, like there are things that I will, and then that is a big part of it. Just it's not even about like what you have. It's more or less like what's in here, and the emotional. That's a non-negotiable. If I cannot conversate with you and you cannot talk to me and be emotionally vulnerable with me, that's a non-negotiable. I think that's actually number one for me. Not even looks, because I have ended up finding people that, not even, because I think everyone I have ever dated, they're beautiful, but I need to have like an emotional, or with whatever, that is number one. The emotional vulnerability. I'm trying to combine those words. I'm sorry. Emotional vulnerability. That's number one. That's a non-negotiable. Wow. Because if you are literally so shut, like where you can't talk to me and you're like you shut down, that can give it a pass in the beginning, and then as soon as I realize like it's really like it can be like an issue. I have to move away from that, because you're not gonna get like I look for that.
Yeah.
That's a thing for me, and then. That's a non-negotiable. That's one. That's my first one, and actually I realize that right now. That is probably my first thing.
Okay, we're gonna go to the rest. Okay, but it's funny how that's your number one, because that's what most men struggle with.
Yeah.
Being vulnerable emotionally, not even telling telling you what's up. Even get to the point where
true. That's my number one.
Get to the point where you feel so vulnerable that you break in front of your woman, and sometimes just let her hug you, and and you just let it out.
Right.
You get right, but I don't think
men can do it.
Probably like 2 out of 10 men will do that.
You're absolutely right.
I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. From experience, like you. Yeah. And for me, it's like I if someone cares enough and they show you that they're like a woman, like you want to feel safe. That's I think the big thing too in a relationship. You want to feel safe with somebody, not just like physically safe. I mean, like if I tell you like what is hurting me and I'm crying, I want you to say to me, even if you don't know what to say at that point, hey, I'm gonna hug you and I'm here for you, but I'm gonna help you through this. That's such a big thing. Men do struggle with that.
Yeah.
I have learned that. It's like such like a foreign thing. Like they will shy away from it.
Jesus
Won't
Christ.
have a conversation.
I'm telling you.
Are you like that?
Oh my God.
That's okay if you are. You have to, work on it. But you know what? What's gonna happen is you're gonna find somebody that when they tell you that like it's okay to be this way, and I want you to tell me, then you'll know when it's the right time that you're gonna break down your own wall and be like, now I feel safe and I can be vulnerable with you. Like you're not gonna hurt me, because like if men like realistic, they go through shit too, and y'all be feeling away, and men tend to like hide it, hold it in, or like shy away, or they like won't talk to their girl for like a day or two, or even if you're dating, just basically like go like, no, don't do that. I need you to be I'm not saying it happens immediately, but after a certain amount of time, especially if there's a friendship that has been made, I need that vulnerability. I need to talk. We need to talk and have an open conversation, because when you start to pull away after every time, that there could be like maybe like a disagreement or a misunderstanding, or just like you're going through something, not even it has to be the same person, like you're specifically going through and you can't talk to me, that can create an issue. And then they didn't, because what happens is we start to think something's wrong with us, and it's you, but you don't want to open up, and then you're pulling away for what? You're ruining, almost sabotaging your relationship with somebody who really wants to be there for you.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's beautiful.
That's
a
great thing.
No, it's amazing.
You might not have to cut this, because we got some subjects.
No. This is all gonna be there. This is all gonna be there. It's a long ass conversation.
That's a good thing.
It's beautiful you're like this, because not every woman accepts a man like that. You get it, right?
Yeah.
And most men, just because of the kind of woman, like let's say for example, if I'm with you now and I hear this from you, with time I would learn to be vulnerable with you.
Right, with time.
Yeah. Even though by you saying, just know I'm here for you whenever you want to talk. Okay, like I want to know what's behind, what's this, to a point, like I would want to, but like this the woman that says, look, I want my man to be the man, I want him to protect me, I want him to stand up for me. Too. I want that, like that comes with a man too, you get right, but like some women don't like the man that I don't want my man to be weak, or all that.
That doesn't. I'm not saying to be out.
No.
In the streets crying.
No.
Oh my god. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
no, I don't want that. What I'm saying,
no,
that's okay too. I'm not gonna shame anybody. But what I will say is, when we are going through stuff, or you're going through stuff, when you come back to like the house, or like you come to visit wherever, whatever happens, there's a vulnerability there that you're sharing with that person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get what you're saying.
Of course I want a man like that, can protect you. Of course women look for that. That's natural.
But you also make room for the weak one too.
But make room for that. It's not weak.
Yeah, it's not weak.
That shows,
it should.
I actually think that shows more.
Yeah.
Some of us are not, like, and you know what? You kind of learn how they're raised, where they're not like that. But like, because like we talk about women that have like the daddy issues. Y'all got mommy issues where you can't be vulnerable and don't know how to like have a good, like, let somebody be there for you too. Yeah, being vulnerable is like a non-negotiable. I need that. No, I'm not saying like as soon as I meet you, you're like,
cry. You're not a cry.
You're like, oh my god, no. It takes time, and that's a learned thing through thing. Like if you're like expressing your feelings.
Yeah.
I don't want this like rock of a man that's like, okay, whatever. No, I don't want that. It's so stupid. I can't talk about this right now. Or they like avoid it. That shit is weird to me. Yo, we're grown. We're not teenagers no more.
It takes time too for you to get to that stage.
It takes time, and some of them don't get there.
Yeah.
Some of y'all are just a whole mess, but women can be messy too. It's fine.
Okay, what's number 2?
I don't know. Now number 2.
But your number 1 was great. Fact.
Right?
I love the fact that that's what you.
I do look for.
We need more of that. We need more of that. People that are ready to like
Yeah.
Like I like how there's a balance in what you said.
Yeah.
I want a man that's strong, and also I want a man that can be vulnerable with me to tell me when things are going on.
Or
Not
I'm
just
upset. Or like tell me, express that you care, because that shit will leave you with your woman looking for something else.
Yeah.
Same with a man too. But yes, that's my number 1. I think number 2. You know what? It's funny that I've actually really never gone over this, like really thought of, but I do have. That's a non-negotiable now that I know specifically, and I think that. So number 2. I don't know. I like to if you have fun with me.
Yeah.
Like it's us together. Let's have fun, whether we're traveling together or that's a big thing. Like have fun with
Just
me.
have fun.
Because not even that, like I say it like just having fun, but like if we're anywhere, like let's make it a time.
Yeah.
Like for our drinking, we're fun. I like to dance and be stuff. I don't want somebody that's sitting in a corner like oh, look at her, like she's dancing. I don't like that. Have fun with me. We're
Dance
here
with me.
together. Dance with me. I love that. Dancing is a good thing. Let's go. Let's like have drinks, or even if we're like out, just like grocery shopping.
Moments.
Make moments, like
Make
little.
moments,
It doesn't
yeah.
make moments together. So
Yeah.
I've actually never really gone. You know, I do have non-negotiables, but saying it out loud is different. There's more of like a thought process. Number one is completely. Number two, have fun with me, because I'm a time, and then
You what?
I'm a whole time,
Oh,
like
yeah.
a time, like you know. And then number three, I don't know. I guess people just. I think it really matters. People just want to be treated well.
Yeah.
I don't need perfect. I don't ever want perfect. I want real,
Real, yeah.
and because perfect to me is boring.
Fact.
So boring.
So
I don't want that. I want you to be your authentic self, and hopefully that like if there's anything that comes up, we can fix it and work on it together. Yeah. That's really. Yeah, I don't know. I'll think about it more maybe.
No,
I hope those are good ones.
Those are like, that's what life is.
Yeah.
What else do you want?
Yeah.
Fun, treat me well, and number one, be emotionally vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
That's
Both. You don't want somebody who's like living like someone next to them. They're like a whole rock. No, I'm good.
Well, I like the whole rock, like you know how you pour water in rock and you just like like you know
Yeah, it's
no
like,
improvement. Yeah,
There's no like
no soft.
no. You
No
need a
soft
little
spot.
softness.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you ever been told that you're intense?
In what sense?
Intense, like you're an intense person.
Because when you say intense, I think about working out. Am I working
Right,
out?
but have you ever been told that like your okay? So have you ever been told that your personality is intense?
Yeah.
Same.
Oh.
Like it's like I like something like that you're intense. Like you're a lot. Some people are not used to a woman that is vocal or not vocal in a bad way, but like speaks her mind on things, and that I feel like has been like I've had that happen like a couple times, but not in a bad way. But they say it, so I sometimes will internalize it and think like, is it a bad thing? But I realize like it's not. I have a presence, so I kind of take it in that way.
You should never stop it.
No.
No.
I mean, at 35, I'm not stopping it now.
If
like,
they don't want,
I'm just learning how to like you work on it in a better way, and then just make it look a good thing, and it is. Yeah.
It's powerful. Yeah. So, what else can we talk about? Any?
I don't have anything.
Yeah. So, let's see. Rounding this up, we came up with the whole situation of domestic violence from this quote. Okay, I like how this brought out this great conversation. We talked about the problems, and we briefly said why guys go through this and why ladies go through this, and we talked about like from past experiences, relationship, growing up as a child. Not lucky, like what are solutions that let's speak more on solutions, like how can people help themselves that are going through stuff like that, like, or how can partners, situations like that help themselves?
I would say if you really love somebody, you will get the help that you need. It's like it's a road. I'm not saying to like give up on a person. It's not that easy.
It's not that easy.
Really love them, like people like say therapy and they hear like it's like such a bad thing. Therapy is not a bad thing. It's a beautiful thing. You do it together. You can do it separately, however you want to do it. Improving in that way, so when you go forward, you're not being physical. Domestic violence is like no joke. But for people that if they try to get out of it, because I would say that like when you have a good group of friends around you, even coming from a good family.
Good family, yeah.
It doesn't change you being in that situation. You're still in it. I will say that you will always take with you when someone has told you to leave and that it gets better. Like you hear those things. You do hear it in your head. You play those things. It doesn't mean you will leave immediately, but you do know if you are. I'm not even saying strong, because it doesn't mean you're not strong if you're in it. I will not say that, because that's not true. I will say that there is a light. Listen to you when you do confide in somebody and what they're telling you. Keep that feeling and know there are people around you that love you so much, and that it's not normal. It's really not. It's not something that you have to think that comes with a relationship. No, not at all. So like, therapy is always a beautiful thing if you want to stay together and they really want to get the help. you'll see it. You'll see it in their actions. You'll see it in, like the therapy sessions or whatever that you're doing together, and hopefully you come out the other side where you both, or he or she has changed, and to make your relationship better. Because like I'm not saying like sometimes it is you can work through this.
Yes,
there are sometimes you can't.
Yeah, sometimes yeah.
But for the person that's trying to get out, know that there's such a light on the other side.
Yeah.
Make sure that you are telling I feel like a lot of times people don't want to say a word.
A word, yeah.
And then they're like, wait, I didn't even know this was happening.
Yeah.
Realize that your friends and your family pick up on things way before we think, oh, they don't know.
They don't know. Yeah, they know. Like
they know when you're showing up to like a Sunday dinner and your mother starts to notice things. I have 2 boys. I pick up on things. You pick up on those things with your kids. So just know that you have people around you that are there to support you. Right. And when you're out of it and you think that it won't get better, trust me, it gets better. It gets better, yeah. You'll come out of it. Yeah. You will. Just keep that good circle around you. Talk to somebody. Because people think, oh, I don't want to talk about it because it's like a shameful thing. Yeah. Please talk to somebody. That's the best thing. It helped me through mine.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, like you talk to somebody. I obviously did therapy because I thought it was good for me. Not everybody likes it, fine. If you can get a good person to speak to you and help you, or if you need a way to get out, listen, the authorities, in a way, they're there. Like use any resource you have. If you feel like this is not what I want, he is going to hurt me. Use every resource that you have. There's a way. Yeah. There is a way. So, yeah.
Yeah, like you give 2 powerful points there. Your circle, the people you surround yourself with, plays a huge role. Like, I mean, the fact that you don't want something good for yourself, at least your friends should want something good for you. Right. So situations where you forget yourself, they remind you who you are. Like they remind you this is what you are, this is who you are, this is what you want. So true. So that's true. And then talk to people, like she said too. Like anything you can tell someone, I feel is anything you can tell your parents or you hide from your parents. It's right. You should think twice about it.
And I believe in like privacy. Like I believe that you should have privacy.
Yeah, you should have privacy.
I'm not saying go to your parents because listen, like you don't have to go to everybody for everything. But there's a difference between privacy and when you know that you're holding like a secret. Yes. And the secret is you literally being physically abused to a point that it is taking away like that goodness that you feel about yourself as a person, and that's when you know this is not good. Yeah. You feel it in your heart and your soul, like your life is completely you're just changing. Yeah. And that's when you know. I feel like, and that's when like there is help out there. There are people that love you, and I don't know. I've sharing some of my story little by little. I've had people reach out to me. There's always somebody. Yeah. No matter what we're going through, you're having a bad day. You want to talk to somebody? They'll listen. Some people really will listen.
Hey, we're here to listen, okay?
Yeah.
You could also come on this podcast and
we'll talk about it. I'm not great at this, like giving advice. Oh, actually, you know what? I can give advice. I probably can't take my own advice. Oh my God. I'm like the meme, like no, not even no lie, like I'm set, like I know that I've gotten so much better, but like the meme of the guy in the room with the whole, it's like a dog, it's like a cartoon, and he's in a bar, at the bar, and it's like the room is on fire, but he's sitting there like this is fine.
After that. Yeah. I think it's Homer Simpson or something like that. I don't know. But I've seen one like that.
But that's like sometimes it's like that. Yeah. But I can give good advice and help you. Always here to listen. Don't ever want anyone to feel alone. Facts. A lot of times in those situations they feel really alone. Yeah. Sometimes even after talking to somebody, you're still like, you feel alone, and that takes it to a bad place. Yeah. You're not alone. Never. Are we allowed to take bathroom breaks? To the bathroom? Like
so pee? I'm also just running this up. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so guys, that's it for today. I had a great time with Shari. This was amazing. Hopefully, y'all got something out of this. I don't know about you, but I did. Okay, I had a great time. What about you?
I had such a good time.
Such a good time. What do you think about the wine?
It's great.
It's great, right?
Yes.
Two great choices. So I know you like your wine, and this, but like if you had to pick which one was, don't be nice, okay? Don't try to. Which one would you pick?
So I will completely say that I always no matter what, will go
with your
with
wine.
my wine.
Like that.
But that does not mean that I have not had good reds.
Yeah.
That is delicious. I would definitely buy that.
I think I'm still gonna drink your wine.
Yeah.
I like this one. It tastes good, but I
But
still
that one.
yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Yeah.
Good taste.
I always stick to like my originals, but that does not mean that I won't adventure out.
Yeah, I like
Yes.
that. Yeah,
Definitely.
makes sense.
Wine Wednesday is fun.
It is fun. More like I said, it's open for. Anytime you have a conversation, you're like, look, I have a topic I want to talk about.
Yes.
You know, and also next month is Women's Month. You know,
Okay.
so big shout out to all the women out there and
All the queens.
all the queens.
in your life.
Look,
yes.
y'all queens, okay? You might not have a king, but you're still a queen. Put
That's
that at the back
right.
of my mind.
Very
Yeah.
true.
You might not have a king, but you're still a queen. And then also the guys out there too, y'all kings. You might not have a queen, but still know that
Still kings.
you're king, okay? And never settle for less, okay? Always keep that crown up here. So your queen can recognize that crown and come to you. But if you're without a crown, she might just see you as a regular and just walk by you. You get me, right? That's the key. So
But
always,
remember to show her that crown.
okay.
Show her.
How do you show her the crown?
You treat her in a way.
Oh yeah,
That's a good way.
that's a good way.
And she might not see it immediately, but it can show itself over time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like the queens.
Just
Sometimes
like-
you never know who you're in the presence of, which is a
Yeah.
good thing. Get to know people.
Yeah. Okay, Kings and Queen, it was nice talking to you guys. Have a great life, okay?
Peace out.
And also,
Thank you for having me.
oh, my pleasure.
I hope it was
this-
like a good. I hope I did well. My first time on a podcast was with Lucky.
No,
here.
she did amazing, and thanks for coming. Like your energy, like I tell you, you probably think the hardest part is setting up or getting equipment, but I feel like the hardest part is dealing with people, like people showing up. Like people can say, "Oh, I'm coming," and then you never hear from them. Like, "Oh, this happened," and that's it. Especially females. Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
Yeah, I
He's
know.
such a gentleman.
I know, like
and you really are here talking about like topics that are important, and
Yeah.
even if they're just like funny topics,
Funny
whatever,
topics,
it doesn't
yeah.
have to be super deep.
Doesn't
It's
have
a
to-
good time.
it's a good time. Yeah.
And I feel like they have to hear we're grown. We have experiences in life. Let's talk
Different
about
experiences. That's the whole point.
Let's talk about it.
Experiences. Everyone
Mhm.
has a different story, different perspective, different experience. So let's all just bring it together and just put it all together. So
it. Yes.
that's it.
So good.
Peace, guys.
Peace.